Hare So before we start, we're just going to say some prayers, invoke some blessings, and seek some mercy, so that I may be able to speak something that's of value to you and your lives, and kind of to our teachers as well. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam Pangum langayate girim Yat kripadamaham vande Sri Guru Dinadarinam. So before we start, let's take a breath, one breath, and we'll just do it together. So we just kind of come in the right space, the right environment. I know we all come from different spaces, different burrows, different types of consciousness. So we can just take one collective breath and then one breath out. I think everybody's done this before, right? Breathing. It's a common thing. They have this in England? Okay, just checking. Okay, everybody breathe. Deep breath in. Breath out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. Out. One more. So tonight's topic is one thing that's very close to my heart is comebacks. And I find this a very interesting topic because we all are kind of in the middle of a comeback. We're in, like, if you think of it kind of like a U progression, you are either on the way down, or we're on rock bottom, we're climbing up, or we're on top. But what the interesting thing about life is, someone asked a monk once, why why do we have ups and downs even when we get into a serious spiritual practice? And he said it's similar to a heart monitor in the hospital. If you see a heart monitor in the hospital, it goes beep, 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 and then the TV, and then has a line on it, goes up and down. But then if the line is stagnant, what does that mean? You're dead. So you're not actually living. Life means ups and downs. It means you're going to go through up and down. So if you're even on the top, you should prepare yourself while you're still thriving, while you're still living, because it may go down again. And you never know. Life is considered like a water droplet on the petal of a lotus leaf. Have you seen a lotus before? Have you seen a water droplet? What happens? It falls off. It doesn't exactly stick to the leaf. So today's topic is how to make a comeback. Before that, is anybody first timers here? Any first timers to the program? No. So we're all friends here. Oh, it's your first time. Okay. It's literally
sitting in the lecture first time.
Literally first time. Wow. Hope it's fruitful. So since everybody's family here, I can relax. I can be myself. So I don't like to. I'm not a very eloquent speaker, or I'm not really a brainiac. I'm just a guy. And so I like to have this kind of have some dialogue and I'll say some things, and maybe you guys can share from your own experience about how it's kind of where you are on your spiritual track. So today's topic is how to make a comeback. Everybody loves a good comeback story, right? If you in the movies and what I thought of in according to my life, when you hear of a comeback, first thing you think about is football, right? When football comes back, now just hear me out. It's like fourth quarter, 2 minutes down. You're down 7 points, and then he's on the other side of the field, and he throws the ball, and then it's 1 second left, and he catches the ball and he hits a touchdown, and the crowd's going wild. Yeah,
I love it.
You love it, right? And everybody likes the underdog story, rags to riches. And we like to go for like David and Goliath. We like to go for, who do we like to root for? David, right? Nobody wants to see the person who's always going to win. We want to see a surprise, right? So a comeback is like that. Now, let's talk about exactly what is a comeback and how do we actually we fall down in the first place. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to do with just spirituality or your meditation practice. This could be in your daily lives. This could be in your yoga practice, your relationships, your schoolwork, your office work, how you deal with coworkers. Now, there's many ways that we can fall into pitfalls in these things. It may become dry, or it may become kind of tasteless in these kind of dealings. So there's actually one principle that we should follow, is one should not fall down from his exalted position. We're all in a very important position. Like you may be mothers or fathers or a sister or a brother. Basically, somebody has put trust in you to be a part of their lives. And that's actually no laughing matter. If somebody has made it important enough to include you as part of their lives, you have that responsibility to fulfill that certain designation. So whether it's like the mother and the baby, and so the baby is always just looking at the mother as for nourishment and care. The mother's not like at 2 a.m. in the morning, the baby's crying, and she said, I don't want to be a mom right now. I want to take a nap, So I can't be your mother right now. You go and change your own diaper. The mother's never like that. Mother's always ready to be a service to its child. So how do we make sure that we don't fall down from our current position even lower, or better yet, how do we go even higher than where we are? That's even better. Srila Prabhupada, one of the preeminent teachers of Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of divine loving service, says the biggest problem is that one is not sufficiently afraid of Maya. So is Maya just like a lady across the street or something? Who is Maya? Who is this Maya? So anybody have any guesses what Maya is? Illusion. So Maya is a Sanskrit word. It also has Native American roots. But in the Sanskrit word, Maya literally translates to that which is not. Maya. That which is not. That which we perceive to be reality, but is not reality, like a mirage. Have you heard of a mirage? Mirage is like a traveler is traveling across the desert and it's so hot and he's out of water and his camel left him behind and he's just walking and he sees an oasis, like an oasis with trees and harmless harvest coconut water and so many different and like a cool spring and all these, like a resort. And he sees this across the desert. He's like, I'm gonna walk faster into and try to get there, but it always seems to be evading him. It's an illusion. It is a mind's Maya illusion is trying to entice him into saying, please come here, please enjoy this coconut water, please enjoy this, it's very hot, you should enjoy this. But he actually cannot find enjoyment because it's not there. I have a little picture which is a little trippy, which shows actually one of an illusion, an optical illusion, which if you're a little bit faint of heart and if you're not ready for this, please look away. It tripped me out the first time I saw it. I don't know, should I show it?
Yes.
Yeah, why not? You guys are all adults here. Maybe Vrindavan's a kid. Actually, he's not. Maybe you should step out. He's 16, you know. We got to take care of the kids. So, Vrindavan, how old are you now?
Old enough.
Old enough. Okay, just making sure.
Right.
Okay, this is the optical illusion. Does it look like it's moving?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like it's moving, right? The outer edges and then the inner. It kind of looks like it's moving, but it's a still picture. It's not moving. So image looks like it's moving, but in reality, it's still. How does that work? Anybody, any neuroscientists here? Yes, Isaiah.
If you focus on the center, it stands still, but if you try to focus on the image as a whole, it's moving. I don't know, it's something how, it's the way your brain is processing what's going on.
Yeah. Remember in social media a couple of years ago, there was that black dress, white dress, gold dress type thing. You remember seeing that?
Yeah.
So who saw the gold dress?
I saw it.
You saw the gold. Who saw it as black and blue? No, you saw it as black and blue? I only saw it as a gold and white dress. There was this famous, if nobody's seen it, there's a famous picture that went around social media. It was like, they put one picture of a dress. Some people saw it as black and blue, and some people saw it as white and gold. Now, how can one picture have how can they see different things? So same thing, this is an illusion that it's presenting itself as one thing, but it's not. So this is presenting itself as a moving picture, but in reality, it's our mind's imposition on it that it is moving. So one thing in terms of illusion is Thomas Jefferson says the price of liberty, eternal vigilance. What does vigilance mean? Anybody have a clue? Watchfulness. Always keeping aware of your surroundings. You know, the first time I moved to New York City, I'm a country boy. I'm from Ohio. And in Ohio, I one time I was wearing like earbuds, and then one of the head monks in the monastery said, never wear your headphones while you're walking in New York City, because you need to always keep your eyes open for what's coming around the corner. So I never wore headphones around. Maybe some people do, but I'm a scaredy cat. So the eternal price of liberty is eternal vigilance. We have a kind of liberty that we are given, which we call free will. We all have free will in this world, and that can be forfeited if we mess up. Like for example, if I start having an addiction, we don't have much free will when we have an addiction. Many people have addictions. I've had family members who've had addictions. They think they have free will. They don't look like they have an addiction, but how much free will do they actually have? They're just being, they're kind of like, harsh word, but enslaved by their addiction. They're not, they think they have free will, but they don't. So we may think we're more free, but actually we have less liberties than we think. So you see many people on social media. We go on public chanting. We go on kirtan in the parks in Washington Square, and then around graduation time we see all the graduates coming and trying to take pictures by the fountain, by the Washington Square arch, and we see them, and they're very. They come with their cap and gown and their family, and the dad's taking the picture, and then they're like, cheese, and then they take the picture, and they're like, how'd it come out? How'd it come out? And they're like ordering their dad. They're like, oh, you can take it right. And like I saw one girl just like yelling at her father, like, no, take it from this angle. And then so in the picture she was like, but in reality she's like, so she was quite angry. So but on social media, if she posts that picture, how will it look like? She's having the best time of her life. She's graduated college. But then if watching her, I was like, actually, she doesn't look that happy. But social media only gives us the best parts of our lives, other people's lives. People are not going to post having the worst day of my life right now. Hashtag dreaded. People are going to post the best part of their lives. But our mind thinks, actually, every day their life is like this. They're having the best day. But people have ups and downs just like everybody else. So I have a picture about social media. It's quite funny. Maybe you'll get it. Maybe you won't. Wait a minute. I need to post this. Some people want to show the portrait that they're happy, but they're actually kind of suffering. You may be externally happy. You have a vacation. You may get a pay raise. You may get a family. You may have so many wealths kind of materially, but that doesn't necessarily, I don't say that it won't give you happiness. It may not give you inner fulfillment. And that's what actually everybody is searching for, inner fulfillment. So one must not suffer the fallacy of the camel. If you've heard, there's the fallacy of the camel. Has anybody heard this story before? So the camel is very thirsty. And it says, I want to get something to eat. I want to get him to drink. There's nothing in the desert. So he's walking across the desert and he sees, oh, I need something. Give me something. And then he sees this cactus. And he's like, whoa, this looks kind of tasty. So he eats the cactus. He's chewing on the cactus. And what's on the cactus? Thorns. And those thorns are piercing his tongue. And he's thinking, whoa, this actually tastes pretty good. But he's actually having his own blood. Kind of not a family story. But, but this is kind of how society functions. Is that it's thinking that people are thinking that I'm trying to have the best time of their life. But actually we're becoming more and more bound to attachments in this world. So this is what the Bhagavad Gita teaches as well. So what we have to do, we have to beware of Maya, beware of illusion. Beware is actually a good word. You have to watch out where you're going and how you're acting in this world. The Maya, illusion, is there at every moment. So like, for example, we have all these lights. So we have, let's say we turn off all these lights and we have one light left. How far, and we close that door. How far is darkness from light? One switch away. So you may be doing really good in life, but then just remember, one switch away, things can change drastically. So there's that. This is the beware. So illusion, Maya, presents us a very good package. It's not that Maya looks very scary. Illusion doesn't look always very scary and okay, Devarshi, today's not going to be a very good day for you. It's like getting a notification on your day. Oh, you're going to puncture your tire. You're going to fall down the stairs. You're not going to get a notification like that. Illusion looks very promising. It presents us a package. It's perfect. It's perfectly suited for every victim. Victim is a very harsh word, but actually the Bhagavad Gita, which is one of the books we read here, it's an amazing book if you haven't read it. It says we are victims of the modes of material nature. There's one news flash if you guys want to hear some actual news. There may be so many news, but this is actual news. We don't have anything to do with this world. Let me repeat that again. We have nothing to do with this world. We are completely pure living entities having a human experience. We're not spiritual beings having we're having a human experience, but actually internally we're actually pure spiritual beings. We're not white, black, blonde, gay, straight, fat, skinny. We're actually all pure living entities which have nothing to do with this world. And our prime duty in this experience is to find out how to reconnect with the self and how to reconnect with the transcendence that got us here. Is that too heavy? Good enough? Okay. Makes sense. If you think about it without the frills, it makes sense. So, Maya illusion presents as a perfect package, alluring circumstances. It may think, oh yeah, let me just try smoking once. Let me just try one cigarette. Let me just try drinking once. And then, oh, maybe twice. Let me try this once. Let me try that once. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be great. But I'm just gonna do once. But then we start getting entangled more and more. Actually, one great teacher, his name is Prahlad, he says the attachments are like an itch. Once you start itching like a rash, you actually want to itch it more. But the solution is not to keep itching. The solution is to not stop itching. Get an ointment. Get some cream or something so that it doesn't get infected more. So I'll give you the secret code according to Bhagavad Gita about how illusion, Maya, sneaks into your lives. Fair answer. Okay, we're illusion, fine. We may have so many attachments, but how did she get in the first place? It's like a vacuum cleaner salesman. Has anybody had a salesman that came through their door before?
For vacuums.
But not for vacuums. And people try to sell so many things like ADT. People try to sell like pest control. So many things. And then one time I had one person who could clean a carpet, like a vacuum cleaner salesman. They're like, okay, we have give us the dirtiest carpet you got, and we give them the carpet, and they're like, we'll clean it really nice. This is how it's gonna look. And then actually, when you buy the product, it's not exactly how it looks. It looks like. So best thing to do with illusion is not even open the door, with salesmen like that. But sometimes she comes in. So how does Maya sneak in? First, we have pride. Pride opens the door. First, we start identifying, I'm actually something. I have to be respected. I have so many friends. I have so much wealth. I have so many things. I am something in this world. Second, laxity. Laxity welcomes her in. We stop being strict about our spiritual practice, and we stop being aware of the dangers of this world. And you're like, I don't need to do the basics. This is not for me. Laxity welcomes her in. So what is it? Pride opens the door. Laxity welcomes her in. And third, justification makes her a permanent resident. Makes her or him. But I'm saying her because Maya's in Sanskrit it's a female word, but I'm not being offensive. So please don't cancel me. So Maya, justification, it welcomes as a permanent resident. Tendency to say that justification, how do we justify things? We say it's okay I'm doing this because blah blah blah. add whatever excuse you want to add. I can't help it because you want to stay forever because you're playing the victim card. You're saying that I'm justified to act like this, act irresponsibly because I had this type of upbringing, I had this type of thing. I'm justified. But actually when we try to justify our actions, it's entitlement. And if we're entitled, it's kind of like we never get out of this mentality. So these three things we have to be really beware of. These three things. What's the first thing? Pride. Second? Third? Justification. So these are some, I gave some examples of some risky attitudes which this may or may not apply to you. See if these apply to you in your lives and see if you've ever felt like this before. First risky attitude, I'm advanced. I'm advanced in my career. I'm advanced in my meditation practice. I got this. I got it good, you know. Second, I have it all figured out. I got it. Usually it's followed by, if I got it figured out, I don't have to do the basics. I can skip. I am doing calculus. I don't need to practice my multiplication so much anymore. I'm from this organization. This is not the attitude of a advanced person, is that I got it all figured out. Actually, I heard something very nice today, that someone, I think John F. Kennedy was going to, I'm talking about big companies, they value people who actually understand humility. This is a story in this example. John F. Kennedy was using the restroom in when the space launch happened, and he was wondering how this exactly happened. And he went to the restroom and he sees the janitor, and he asked the janitor, "How do you what keeps you motivated?" And he saw this janitor cleaning the restroom so clean, and he was putting so much effort into this. And John F. Kennedy asked this janitor, "What keeps you motivated to clean this restroom so nicely?" He said, "I am not just a janitor. I am part of the team that put man on the moon." Now, imagine if we have this mentality. I'm not just myself. I'm part of a team. I'm part of a community that does something great. It doesn't matter. I used to play American football, and our coach used to say, it does not matter what the name on the back of the shirt means. It's the name on the front of the shirt. And the name on the back of the shirt is your name, you know, your last name. But the name on the front of the shirt is your team. So what's your team? Who's your team? You know? So I have it all figured out. So another risky attitude, I can cut corners. Yeah, I don't need this. I don't need that. We need discipline. The mind will try to say we don't need to do this, we don't need to do that. But and then they'll say, I don't need to do any of this. I can cut corners. I'm independent. I don't need nobody. I got this, I got that. I don't need nobody. So we got the risky attitudes. I'll give you the solutions on how I understand it and how to lock the door. Don't even let the salesman come in. Ring, ring, ring. I'm not home. You know. So here's the way to lock the door. Here's some safe attitudes that you can have that actually help contribute to having a good experience. I don't have everything figured out. You know, there's things you know, there's things you don't know, there's things you know you don't know, but what about the things you don't know you don't know? Right, Isaiah? Right? There's things that we know we don't know. Like, I don't know, like, quantum mechanics. I don't know anything about that. But there's things that I don't know. So we can honestly say, one philosopher one time said, I consider myself, and I agree with this, I consider myself the most intelligent person in the world because I simply know one thing, that I know absolutely nothing. Quite nice, right? So this is a safe attitude. I don't have everything figured out. Next, I am never above my discipline. I'm always okay to learn from others. I'm okay. It's okay that maybe I got it wrong one time. Maybe I don't know what's happening. So I like to pause there. Does anybody have any reflections? I'm going to tell a pretty nice story after this. But does anybody have any reflections or comments? A reflection is basically what you heard today that resonates with you. You're going to take it and put it in your pocket. And if you don't have a pocket like these gentlemen, then maybe you put it somewhere that you can store it. Something that you heard today that you're going to take with you home today. Does anybody have a reflection? It's not a question, a reflection. Anybody have anything? Yes.
It's just a little related. Aristotle or Socrates said, the more you know, the more you realize how much you don't know.
Yes. There's so many things we don't know. Anybody else have any quick reflections? Yes.
I would say it was a nice point saying how like when you feel like you're too advanced, you stop doing the basics.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the laxity thing is good.
Yeah.
That's stated.
Yeah. Don't get too relaxed. There's a nice YouTube channel and they have a nice T-shirt. It's called Seek Discomfort. I saw it on Union Square. So they say you have to seek discomfort, and I was wondering, why do you seek discomfort? Because actually discomfort is where and knowledge is born out of. Is that when you start thinking, actually I don't really know much. That it's not like when you go to school and then you see the teacher and then you're like, actually yeah, I know everything. Then what's the use of the teacher? So I like that laxity. Anybody else have any last reflection? No? Let's continue? Yes. So, I'm never above my discipline. And there's a nice story of, this is a very nice picture. This is a picture of a elephant. And you can assess this picture for a second. So, in this story, this is in the Vedas. This is in one of the most famous stories of the Vedas, and it's and I'll just narrate to you very quick. This elephant, his name is Gajendra. He is considered once upon a time there was an elephant named Gajendra, and he was an elephant, and he was actually the king of elephants, and he was very happy and very powerful, and he had defeated all the other elephants, and to celebrate his triumphant awakening and triumphant victory of all the elephants in the world, he and his wife went to the river to go and bathe and have fun I don't know what elephants do for fun. It's been a while since I went to the zoo. So it's like I guess elephants, they like put water in their nose. Is that their nose? their trunk, and then they spray it on each other. So I guess that's what elephants do for it. So Gajendra was doing this, and what happens? He was playing, and then what happened? A crocodile catches his leg, and he cries. I can't do anything. He fights this crocodile. I can't do anything. Then he looks to his wife. Please help me. She tries pulling, but if you see let's just do a quick poll. If you see an elephant versus a crocodile, who's gonna win? Generally,
I would say the elephant.
You'd say the elephant, right? Because the elephant can stomp on the crocodile. But what was the issue? The issue was Gajendra was in the water, and in the water, elephants are not very strong. They have very bad balance. So this giant crocodile had gotten Gajendra's leg, and in his home turf, in his home field advantage. So it wouldn't let go. He looks to his wife can't help. Looks to his elephant children, they can't help. And he figures, what can I do? He tries fighting and he realizes, there's nobody else I can call except the Supreme. And he starts praying to the Supreme, and the Supreme comes and helps him in the situation by cutting the head of the crocodile, and Gajendra gets to go home. So very simple story. I said it in 2 minutes, but there's a lot of lessons we can learn from this story. Gajendra was thinking in the beginning, I have it all figured out. I have elephants, I have elephant wives, I have elephant children. I have and this is a something that we can really resonate with, that we have the best car, we have the best clothes, we have the best children, best wife, best husband. And what do we, like, for example, I've been in New York for some time now. It's like when you see people go in their car and they're leaning back, and then you barely see them and they're like this. It's called copping a lean. They're copping a lean and in their life. I got it figured out. I don't even, like, you see some people copping a lean so deep, I don't even see their head. I'm like, how are they looking at it? So they're copping a lean. Everybody in this world is copping a lean. And they think I'm young. I'm young. I'm 23 years old. I'm 25 years old. I'm never going to die. I'm never going to have any trouble. I'm never going to have any health problems. I'm never going to have any family problems. I got to figure it out, you know? But this crocodile was struggling, and this elephant was struggling for so long, and he thought he had it figured out. But what happened? He got humbled. Has anybody gotten humbled before? Many times. Just like you think you're riding, you're riding the wave, and then a crocodile just comes, eats you up.
Yeah.
That's never happened to you? Yeah, it's happened to all of us. So it's our prerogative to keep this attitude of humility. And we can do it all the time. We don't have to fall into these traps of illusion. We don't have to cop a lean. We can, and people who think that, like for example, I there's a meme that I've been showing people. It's like some people are like they try to brag how much they've got life under control, and then they kind of like brag how much they're suffering, but they're still going. Like I told Devarshi the other day, Devarshi was telling me I got like 5 hours of sleep last night. He's like, I'm like, 5 hours? I'm working with 3. And then they're like, and some people are like, I'm on my 5th cup of coffee. Sister, I'm on my 6th cup of coffee. And then like you try to one up each other, and then like in school, like, we used to do this. It's like, I didn't do my homework last night. I haven't done my homework all semester, you know. I've just been like failing. I gotta be in this class. I'm not even in this class. You know, just like you want to degrade yourself more, but we don't have to. We can just be happy by being safe. So this is the prayer of Gajendra. Oh Krishna, please help me. Repeat after me. Oh Krishna, please help me.
Please help me.
This is a nice way we can understand this. And one thing is that I practice Trinad Api Sunichena regularly. And people may not know what Trinad Api Sunichena is. I like to share this. It's a nice Sanskrit verse from a great teacher. And the teacher, and this is the verse. It says, repeat after me. This is a little bit of Sanskrit, a little bit of multicultural dialogue that people can say. Trinadapi sunichena,
Trinadapi sunichena,
tarorapi sahishnuna,
tarorapi sahishnuna,
amanina manadena,
amanina manadena,
kirtaniya sada hari.
kirtaniya sada hari.
I'll read the translation. One can chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking himself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than the tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respects unto others. And in that state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. So to be in constant absorption in the transcendence, one must be in this state of humbler than the straw in the street. Think of grass. Think of grass. I don't know, I know grass is very rare in New York City. But if you've ever seen grass, and if you step on grass, does grass say, hey, stop it. Stop stepping on me. Grass never does that. Grass is like, okay, please step. I'm here to serve you. This is a very nice thing. And what does a tree do? Tree is firmly rooted. Even when the tree is cut down, does it fight back? No. It's always there to serve. So this is a very nice and safe attitude. We're always ready to do service. And this is the mantra of the night. This is the best mantra I think we can learn today. Let's say it together. I live to be corrected. You feel that? You feel that around us? That means we're not the controllers. Okay, everybody look to the person to your left. Say it with me. I live to be corrected. Look to your right. I live to be corrected. Go to a neighbor. Look to your neighbors. I live to be corrected. Look up. I live to be corrected. Down. I live to be corrected. One more time. I live to be corrected. We live to be corrected. I don't have it figured out, but I will. I will figure it out one day. But right now, I need you to help me on my journey. So, what if I slip? What if I fall down? Whoops. How to make a comeback. This is my advertised, my program. I mean, that's just my preamble. Don't worry, I'm going to be quiet soon. Srila Prabhupada, the teacher, one of the teachers, he says, advancement in Krishna consciousness means spiritual life, depends on the attitude of the follower, attitude of gratitude. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. We all make mistakes. Doesn't Hannah Montana have a very beautiful sonnet about this? Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. I don't know the rest. So, the great poets of our generation. Hannah Montana. So, anybody who's never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Isn't it nice to think that tomorrow, and anybody planning for tomorrow already? So, anybody to think that tomorrow is a new day with no mistakes in it. Nice to think about it like that. Failure is the pillar to success. Life is not over when you make a mistake. Learn more when you fail and come back up again. You develop faith in yourself and slip and get up. Everybody needs to know this. This is a very good skill to have. When you fall down, and this is not something that I'm making up or it's like a motivational talk or something like that. This is coming directly from the Vedas. If you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, it's an 18-volume book, it's all about constant fall downs, people messing up in their lives, and then how they rectify it. It's not this real doom and gloom. You mess up once, you go to hell forever. It's not that. You mess up once, what are you going to do about it? That's what life teaches you. So these are some solutions. Is don't go away. Keep at it. Keep fighting. Keep fighting in your meditation practice. Own the problem. The problem is with me. Problem's not with my spouse, my friend. Problem's not with the organization. Problem's not with this. It's my issue. I'm going to deal with it. And then KTTVG. Keep the transcendental vibration going. Keep it going. Don't stop. When you do your meditation practice of chanting, we chant this Maha Mantra behind me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Keep it going. Who said there's no stoppage? You never have to stop that. You can just keep going. If it's just, we have these beads. You can see. I forgot your name again. Saurabh. Saurabh has these beads in his hand, and you can show your beads. You can take them out of the bag. He got a little entangled there. So he has these beads, and we all go around these beads according to our level of practice. And if you need beads, if you need a bag like that, ask me after the program. I'll definitely get you one. And so you just have to keep that vibration going. Go step by step. Don't try to make a big leap. Like some people try to lose weight, and they're like, I'm gonna cut out sugar, I'm gonna cut out wheat, I'm gonna cut out rice, I'm gonna cut out meat, I'm gonna cut out, what are you gonna eat? You cut out everything. There's nothing to eat. Can I get something to eat? Can I get, you go to a restaurant and they're like, can I get something without wheat, rice, milk, yogurt, or anything? And do you have anything in the menu like that? Yes, water. So go step by step. Give yourself some leeway. Next is focus on the fundamentals. What is the core? What's the core of your practice? What really keeps you connected? That's really important. And spiritual life means you have to be strict with yourself. Don't go wishy-washy, or don't become confused. Be strict with yourself. Be sincere and be serious. This is there's times one of my spiritual masters. He says that be serious about serious things. I'm a pretty go-lucky happy guy, but also there's times to be serious and there's times to be jokey. And usually it's not time to be jokey while you're giving a class, but I can't help myself. But fortify, keep yourself spiritually and physically fit. It doesn't mean, okay, you identify you're not the body, you're the soul. Like for example, we don't identify ourselves with our car, but doesn't mean you're not gonna be sad if someone comes and breaks into your car, right? And you're like, oh, that's not my car, you know. So same way with your body, you have to take care of your body. You have to eat good things. You have to go and exercise, go on a nature walk, and you have to feed it nice things and keep yourself spiritually and physically fit. And finding that relationship is something that's really important that not many people can do these days. Make sure you have physical strength, enthusiasm, and sensual power. Sensual power means by eating good things, and you can use your senses in nice ways. An ounce of prevention is worth than a pound of cure. Does anybody understand this? Anybody want to explain it? Devarshi, want to explain it?
Right, it's when we had COVID, a lot of people wanted to get the cure, but it's better than to prevent your whole mess. Better to stay away from it and be in a nice, safe environment than you won't even get COVID in the first place.
Yeah, it's like you just take just an ounce of prevention. Do something to prevent it before, rather than try to fix the problem and do so many different things. So an ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of cure. Keep the goal in mind. The goal in mind is absorption in transcendence. Always to be absorbed. And the primary way of doing that in this age, not many people are qualified and don't have the mental fortitude to engage in yogic practice or go to the Himalayas or go to India. Also, it may be financially very tough to people to get spiritual practice, but absorption is possible even here in New York City. And the primary way of doing it nowadays is by chanting, by doing this mantra meditation. And it's easy. We did it with music, we did it with a couple friends, but you can do it alone also. You can chant with your beads at home alone. Doesn't cost any money. That's a relief, right? Doesn't cost any money, but the gain is tremendous. You can gain so much out of it. And the mantra is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I'd like to pause here, and I'd like to take some questions, comments, corrections, debates. Mario's got a good debate.
Oh, I know. Well,
Just kidding.
I wanted so prevention is more valuable than the cure. But then there's also, if you never make mistakes, then how are you supposed to grow? And I feel like those kind of contradict themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to ask, when does one choose one and not the other, vice versa? What line do you walk in that includes both, I guess?
One of my teachers, he said something really nice. I said, if I do this, it's a big risk. I was making a very pivotal decision in my life, and I asked him, should I do this or should I do that, or I just kind of, I don't know what to do. I don't want to make any mistakes. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to make anybody sad. And then so he gave me a really nice example. He said out of safety, accidents in car accidents are caused by speed, carelessness, by other people also. You may be doing everything right, but someone may be doing something wrong and crash into you, and that has severe consequences. So what can you do? At least let's take the concept of speed. If you speed up too fast, and you might get into a car accident. That's statistically shown. So he said the safest thing to do, if you want to be absolutely safe, that you're not going to get in a car accident, 100% guarantee you're not going to get in a car accident, don't put your pedal on the gas. Just don't press the gas pedal. Turn on your car, sit there, and just don't put your pedal on the gas. Now, what's the consequence of not putting your pedal on the gas? You're not going anywhere. So it's all about having a well thought out risk. There's risk. Everything has risk. You coming here is a risk, and you didn't know what you were going to expect today. Some people may come for different things. Who knows what will happen when we're coming here? But you guys took the risk of coming here and sitting here for the class, and who knows, I could have been a crazy guy speaking. I am probably a crazy guy speaking about crazy things. So, but you guys took the risk. You sat down on the mats, and you took that chance. Now, and when we take those risks, we have to think about these things. Now, not that we take unnecessary risks. We have to take calculated risks, and that's with knowledge and intelligence. And if we do that, and doesn't mean without risk, there's a little bit of, you won't get in an accident now and then. Like if you follow all the speed limits, and if you do everything right, you may get in an accident, may happen, but the risk is much less. But you're going further than not moving at all. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah. That's how I understood it.
That's a great analogy.
Thank you. Anybody else have any comments, questions, thoughts? There's a common saying among spiritual groups is that when an audience does not ask any questions, that means they have understood everything or they have understood nothing. So I hope you were the former. Any other thoughts? Anybody want to share today? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so in the beginning, I thought the analogy you gave with like the heart thing was pretty good. But then, okay, in the Gita, I think in the second chapter they talk about, you have to be, I guess, stable in the distress and in the happiness, right?
Yes.
So yeah, like life is all of ups and downs, but I guess what is the line of being stable? Or being stable in those ups and downs, because I guess at that point, what even is an up and down if you're always in a stable set of mind or like
Yes. So the divine conversation between Arjuna and Krishna happened on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So Krishna is speaking to Arjuna, and one of the core understandings that we get from Bhagavad Gita is we are not the body, we are the soul, spirit soul. Now, if we read the Mahabharata, we go further down after the Bhagavad Gita has been spoken. After Arjuna understands, he says in the end of the Gita, I have understood everything you have said and I'm ready to fight in this battle. I'll give you the context later. We can speak about the context later of the Bhagavad Gita. But what happens, he's on this battlefield with his son, and his son dies. His son passes away. Now, when his son passes away, Arjuna, the great warrior who has understood everything of the Bhagavad Gita to a perfect matter, and Krishna says, you are my best friend, and you are my friend who has understood this. Arjuna sheds tears. He cries. Now, you could immediately say, this is not according to Bhagavad Gita. He is not stable in consciousness. He is crying tears of lamentation for his son. The first teaching of Bhagavad Gita is that he is not the body, he is the soul. What is there to cry about? Why is a great warrior like Arjuna crying? Fair argument? Right? Now, our teachers, our acharyas, acharya means great teacher, explain this. He says that Arjuna may have cried tears. That is a natural function of the human body, to be sad when your son passes away. But does that mean Arjuna leaves the battlefield because he is crying and is sad? No, Arjuna has kept fighting. So it's not a problem for us to fall down. Everybody falls down. It's a problem to stay down. That's the issue. We have to, everybody falls down in multiple aspects of their lives, spiritually, mentally, physically, everywhere. Relationships, co-workers, everything. Everybody falls down. But it's a problem to stay down. So in the practical life, you may be having so many circumstances. That's the up and down. But it's a problem to stay at the bottom. Get back up.
So the stability comes in your activity.
Exactly.
Okay.
You have to be stable in your activity. You have to keep going. Even though if it looks bleak, there's no situation out of it. There is a situation out of it.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, Madhavendra.
Come back.
Come back. She just said my whole spiel in one word. You had something to say?
Me?
Yeah?
No.
Oh, I saw your hand, I thought.
No, just shooting away the fly.
No, it's good. Good.
Yeah.
Make sure it doesn't come back.
I'll pass it along to everyone. Sharing is caring, right?
Yes. Any other thoughts? Yes.
Not to quote, not the Bhagavad Gita, but I think since you had a few, one of the things reminded me of Thomas Edison saying it's 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. And also Joel Osteen, but I don't think he made it up, said about, I'm sorry, like quoting these people, not about, but I didn't like come into the movement like born into it too, just like starting it years ago, so I know less like many other people comparatively, but the bottom line is I wanted to say Joel Osteen said always the rear view mirror, the front, I forgot, the front is always bigger than the rear view mirror, the
Yeah.
whatever, I forgot.
No, that makes sense.
So long, but
It's like almost like if you have a bow and you're shooting an arrow, you have to pull back for it to go forward. So the same idea. Last call?
I really like that quote. I think it was from Rocky. He's saying it doesn't matter how many punches you can throw, but it's actually the amount of times you fall, you'll get back up.
Yeah.
Ta-da-cha.
We're quoting Rocky out here, guys. So, thank you very much. If you didn't take anything out of this, I would say it's. I got slid a phone. Oh yes, I got slid a phone. Yes.
My favorite thing, and I usually forget it, but my favorite thing was those 3 lines where the middle line said own it. The top was, what was this?
Let's see if we go back. Spiritual.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Don't go away.
Don't go away.
Perseverance on the problem, and then that.
Keep the transcendental vibration going.
That's my favorite thing.
Cool. It would be a cool tattoo.
That's a cool comeback. that's it right there.
Yeah. It would. You just have to don't go away, own the problem, and keep going. Keep the vibration going. So that can be applied to any aspect of your life. So there's that.
Come back to the mantra.
Come back to the mantra.
Oh.
That's transcendental vibration. Come back to the mantra. Really, the mantra helped me through like the darkest phases of my life, and the mantra has consistently helped me through so many problems that I'm facing on a daily basis. So we really encourage it. Here's my attempt at a cool transition. We have started an online japa group. Japa is a personal meditation, and it's every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 6:30 or 6? 6 to 7. And it's come as you want or come as you go. Online, it's on Zoom. You can come and chat with us. We have beads where you can come and chant, and we'll teach you how to chant as well. And it's 6 to 7. If you have only time from 6 to 6:07, pop in, pop out. More than welcome. It's another way to fortify yourself to keep the vibration going. So really recommend it. I know there's only one day a week. We have some other cool programs. On Friday, we're doing this musical meditation, this kirtan, it's called, at Fort Greene Park. Everybody's welcome to join. Please see me or Prabhu Vishnu for details. And it'll be a lot of fun. We have some cool events. If you're not connected, just let me know and I'll try to get you connected. But thank you very much for being an attentive audience. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.